Jeez-o. Right then. So what has gone down this week? Well, I ain't going to talk about the big things, right? So, as in like Iran versus like Israel. And that went down this week. Fuck. I ain't touching that one. I'm going to ease in. Right, to this. It's been Andy Cap was a standalone comic strip, mostly in newspapers to begin with, by Reg Smith in 1950. Jeff Stanley with his proper knowledge. Smythe with his proper knowledge of comics. There was the Bruns, and there was another one though. The Bruns, and there was another one. I also got a Dandy and Beano. So when we get to the Am I Old, I think I'm kind of like Exhibit A and B, innit? This is mega cool. Right, so we're going to ease in on this one, which is the enhanced games. So, has anybody seen this? Has anybody seen anything about the enhanced games? I've had this on my list for the last 2 GZOs to talk about, and I've never talked about it. The enhanced games, right, is in Vegas next year, right? So in less than 1 year, it's May 2026, right? They're going to do like an Olympic Games in Vegas where all of the participants are allowed to take whatever drugs they want. Like, right, so they can steroids and testosterone, they can do whatever. Like, there's no limit. They can just max it out. There's about, I'm sure it's half. It says there $500,000 prize money, right? A million bonuses for breaking world records, and I'm sure there's 12 games. So imagine like you make running and swimming and fighting. So they definitely said there was going to be the 100 meters was going to be on there. They said there was going to be the swimming, and there's a picture there, the swimming. And they said that there would be like a combat sport. Now, that is insane. So, like, we know that the peak of 100 meters is still, I believe, I think, don't know, you tell me, is it still Usain Bolt? I imagine it's still Bolt. He's still the kind of the tippy top guy at 9 seconds and like 9.6 seconds or something like that. Like, mega fast. But imagine some like random dude you've never heard of is going to roll up just on like just steroids, right? And like everything. And he's just going to go bang, like 8.5 seconds. MMA on speed. So fighting. Now, the thing is with MMA, because they say combat sports. The thing is with MMA is that like in the old days of MMA, like UFC 1, right? If you were looking at like UFC 1 or 2, they were absolutely juiced up. What's he called? What is he called? Is it Overeem? Overeem. Do you know who? Oh, fucking hell, man. I hate it. I've had a few drinks. I really, my memory goes. Overeem. There's like a before and after picture of him. Once when he was in the juice days. And like when I just like not be juiced. And he was absolutely enormous. He was enormous in the juice period. So, in the enhanced games, what sport is the best sport to watch? Which is the one where drugs are going to have the biggest impact? I think 100 meters, right? Because you could break the world record, so there's just like a new name appears. MMA, I agree with Boss T. That is going to be bonkers. But is there anything else? I mean, does like steroids make you jump an extra meter, like on the distance, or like throw? You could probably throw something really far, like a javelin or air. But no one knows. Does anybody know who like a famous javelin thrower is? No one knows any of that shit, do they? It comes down to basically 100 meters, 200 meters, boxing. For me, that's all I know. That. Wild. The enhanced games. Check that out. Lads. Right? So, you go on to Instagram. You type in ring girls. That's what you get. You get that. You type in grid girls. And that's what you get off of your grid girls. Right? So, who's the best? Right, we'll start off with that. And then we'll move on to do we even need them? Ring girls or the grid girls? Which ones are the tippy toppies? So, me point. Grid girls are useful with umbrellas. They are useful with umbrellas. They do. Right, my point is this. Right, actually, go back because my point is buried inside of here. Have you seen this? 2 seconds, right? So can I make that any bigger? 2 seconds. What happens here? No, it's too big. That's too big. It's gonna be hard to see, right? But, and it didn't need the sound actually. There's an MMA fighter, right? This is weird about that. This is in 2016. So he wins. He's pumped up, right? He's full of like adrenaline and not the juice, right? He's full of it. Like, he's like, "Oi!" They bring in a ring girl, right? He pulls her in, like he pulls her in, just like he's like yeah, like, and come on, and then bows. Look, and then bows like with respect. And he comes under a load of issues in Korea about sexual harassment and objectification, right? So the next time he rolls out, he wins because this fella's a bit of a ledge, so he wins. Here he is. He wins again, right? This time though, he's like nah, nah, I won't be nowhere near that. I'm not having any of it. I'm not being anywhere near it because like the last time. I got like loads of like sexual harassment issues, and he's really against it. Now, I'm not one of these, right? I'm not one of these to be like, oh well, it's alright then for them, it's alright for us, that kind of thing. But my point is with this one, if I can find a point, is that ring girls were introduced. Right? I looked into this, right? Ring girls were introduced in 1960. Or in the 1960s, right? In the 60s, it was because like boxing, totally male-dominated, massive male audience. Imagine there's no internet, right? So you can't get any like porn and all that. There's nothing to look at anywhere. Like there's not even TV, is there? Right? So like to create a bit of drama, a bit of theatre, right? A bit of titillation. At boxing matches in between rounds, that 1 minute where they're resting, they were putting ring girls. That's where they came from. And for grid girls, they came at the same time, like 1964, like the same kind of year. In fact, the first credited ring girl was at Muhammad Ali and Sonny Liston fight. And for the grid girls, look at how professional I am. I do research now. Who would have thought I'd be doing like research as well as like crazy stories. I'm behind them as well, right? I'm doing research. The grid girl was a racing driver, right? In Japanese Formula 1, which is called Super Formula, I think it's called in Japan. They have like a Formula 1 thing. They had like this race, and the driver had his missus, who must have been like hot, to advertise his business. Like to stand there and advertise it. So it's like kind of like it draws your attention because it's like this lass, and then like there's advertisement around it as well. My point is research. You can read. That's research. That's what research is. Just reading. Research is just reading things. So I read stuff. Yeah, and now I'm educated in where ring girls and grid girls came from. I wouldn't even realise if they weren't there. Now, I think you would have in the 60s. You'd be like, oh, I dig this. But I think you wouldn't even... If they weren't there, I don't even think you'd realise. I think you'd... But this, like, is this fucking real? Is this real? It's got audio, right? So I'll stick the audio on. It sounds like it's kind of like Japan? Or China? Is this real? Do you know the whole like Gator in the sewers? Oh, that's not. No, that's not Chinese. Thailand? Thai? Kat, you've been to Thailand? Is this real? Gators in like sewers like that? I thought that was like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles level grift. Or like apparently, like loads of people let gators loose in New York sewers. Although I might definitely be confusing that with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I might be confusing that. Actually, I'm not too sure. That could be. Never seen a croc in but do you know what I'm saying? I forgot to record this. I hope I can download it. I'm sure I can. It's don't look quite right for me. The problem is now is like I mean it's very isn't it? Very Problem is like AI, you can't believe anything anymore with AI. Like that's shit, innit? AI is just like totally fucked everything up. Like, boy, that's just wild. So you think, is it AI? Is it real? It looks real, but is it like alligators or crocodiles in the sewers? I've always thought that was like Ninja Turtles level stuff. Didn't really think it was for it to be real, to be fair. That was I call that one Street Gator. I have names for all my things now. See all this here? I have like titles for them all. That was called Street Gator. So tomorrow, right, I'll probably clip that and post it on TikTok and get like 700 views. That's alright, there's 700. And I'll call it Street Gator. That's what I'll do. This is how the machine's going to work from now on, right? Whoa, cat. That croc pretending to be a drowning person. I've seen that as well. I've seen that. They do it in a lake. They roll on the belly and they have the little croc arms. And do you know what? At distance, those little croc arms look like kids' arms. So the point is, like, people jump in thinking it's a kid. Like, oh no, it's a little kid, and it's not. It turns into a crocodile and it eats you. Like and they reckon that's a real thing. They've learned how to do it, which is mental considering like crocodiles and that have been around since like before the dinosaurs, and now finally after like 40 million years, like they've learned a trick. Actually, that is wild, isn't it? It's took 40 million years for a crocodile to learn one trick. Isn't it? Like, what a fucking shit animal they are. It is mental, but I've just thought, like, but what did they do, like, in the dinosaur times? Did they pretend to be dinosaurs? But I've seen it, and it is really mental. And, like, somebody says, whoa, no, that's not a kid. Crocodiles do that now because, like, they pretend to be kids drowning. And it looks like a child as well. It does look like a child. This, I just cannot work out why this exists. I think that's a question. I don't know why this exists. So it's the size of a car. It is the size of a car, but you'll be sitting side by side with a roof, right? That cost $1.2 million to build. It's not a quad. It's not like, it'll not be like as fun as a quad. Cause like it's a car with a steering wheel, and it costs 1.2 million. Now maybe it's the clicks, right, are worth it. I just can't believe it. I honestly cannot believe it. It looks totally stupid. Like, I've got trike, but my trike looks so cool. Oh, there's a kick, dude. There's one of those kick perks. How wild is that? It is honestly, like, I just find that mental. 1.2 million on that. 1.2 million. I should be able to get rid of that, man. I'm gonna have to get rid of kick. Fucking hell, man. I thought kick was going to be like the promised land, the land of milk and honey, but it's not. It's not been. Love a I've got a trike again. Cars. Night Terrors. Yes, I created this with Grok. And I just put like the my prompt was create an image of someone standing at the bottom of your bed. It's like a dark silhouette, creepy, yada yada. And this is what it came back with. Has anybody ever had night terrors? So where you wake up, right, and you're in your bed, and it is your room, it's your surrounding that you're familiar with. It's that you're familiar, not just familiar. Actually, it's life, it's reality. But you can't move, you can't speak, you can't scream, and it's just like a shadow figure at the bottom of your bed. Now, what's wild is that I bet some of yous have. Now, we'll never have shared the same kind of dream. Luna, this is what I wanted you to listen to this actually, Luna, because I think you'll have a view. We'll never ever have shared the same dream of like whatever random dreams we've had. But a lot of us, I bet right now, a lot of us have had that, waking up with paralysis with somebody standing at the end of the bed. What's that about? My mum reckons she has the day we had my granddad's funeral. Well, I have, right? I used to have a house which was so I'm from Sunderland, right? Sunderland is mainly, I mean, now it's like, now it's fucking, I don't even know what it is now. But in the olden days, right, it was about mines, like coal mine and shipyards. That's what Sunderland's all about, right? And in the coal mining world, it was like these pit villages, right? And in the pit villages, they would have like rows and rows of terraced houses, all built like in the 1800s. So I used to own one of those. My first house I bought, right, was one of these pit cottages. Like it was a 3-bedroom because it was like a little bit extended. But like, normally there would have been a 1-bedroom, like 1 up, 1 down house. Actually, that's what it would have been in the olden days in the 1800s. And then like they got built like little kitchens on the back and little things on the front, and then the roofs were converted into like an extra floor. Do you know what I mean? That's what it was like. I had one of those. It was a 3-bedroom one, built in like 1860 something, owned by like pit people. And you know what people would have died in there because it's at the 1800s. And in that house, like once a week, I would have that. I'd wake up, I could kind of doing now, and there'd be like somebody at the bed all the time. And then I got myself a little bit of money, and I bought a new build, and they stopped. Now the crazy one, right, is that like a lot of people. Yeah, Sam, I know, Sam, you have. Thank you for jumping in. This is a good one for you. How do like a lot of people have this experience, but like no other dreams, right? Sleep paralysis can be supernatural, or when the mind wakes while you are still in REM, but your body has not caught up. Well, the other thing is, right, this is a real wild link. But I watched a show called it was on Netflix, called The Manhattan Abduction, right? And this is about this lady who it's a 3-part show, like 3 hours documentary. It's about a lady who got abducted from the centre of Manhattan, right? And for me, it was 100% bullshit, right? It was total bullshit. Spoiler, if you're gonna watch it, spoiler. But my thought is it's total bullshit. She was like attention seeker and all that kind of jazz. But one of the things she did speak about was that, like night terrors, but them being like aliens. And I thought, fucking hell, like if everybody experiences the same thing. Or not everyone, but if a lot of people experience that same thing, like it could be beyond just like a dream. Do you know what I mean? It could be like it could be. Is that an encounter with something else? Is that an encounter? So this is like characters, right, who were meant to be old, but weren't really that old. But now I'm kind of like their age. First one, Danny Glover. Right, so Danny Glover, he was too old for this shit in 1987, right? So guess what? Don't read. Guess what? He was only 39 when filming. I think he was 41 when the movie came out in 87. But when he was filming that there, he's like 39, 40. He's younger than me, and he was too old for this shit. How wild is that? And look at how good this post is, right? Next, Victor Meldrew. Right? Oh, can I hide it? Can I? Oh shit, I thought I hid it. Victor Meldrew, right? Played by Richard Wilson. He was 53 when he did this. And he was like an old, grumpy man. I'm like, fucking, that's... What's that? That's 7 years away from me, innit? 7 years? 7 years and I'll be Victor Meldrew? What the fuck? Whoa, Boss T's 53! Boss T! It's me, Boss T. Boss T's 53? Fucking hell. Boss T's Victor Meldrew? Jeez, oh. Boss T, I love you. I'm so sorry, mate. I just burst out. I just burst out with it. I'm so sorry, mate. Boss T's 53. Can't have said the same. How cool is that? That's fucking class. Boss T. Boss T's Victor Meldrew. Oh, fucking hell. Boss T's Victor Meldrew. My God, that's wild. 53, Boss T. Richie's 54. Richie's older than Victor Meldrew. How wild's that? Yeah, this is even worse. Yeah, stop your laughing, because you're all older. Yeah, Norm and Cliff off of Cheers. 33 and 35. 33 and 35 was Norm and Cliff. That is mental. That is mental. Kaz is saying stop. I've totally stopped. I have. It's not like Boss T. It's more like just funny that Boss T, who's like cool as fuck, and he Boss T's cool as fuck. Like, and he's the same age as Victor Meldrew. That just tickled us because it's the same thing I'm going through. Like, yeah, I'm 10 years older than these, right? Oh, Jeff's 64. Jeff, right? I've got to go in for you then, mate. Coming up. So after this, Jeff then, me and Mervyn and Wilson in Dad's Army. Check that out. 52 and 56. Boss T's older than me and Mervyn. Boss T's also older than Cyril and Clegg. Yeah, I'm so sorry, mate. I'm being a right dick there. But you're older than Clegg, who's on the right, and Civil on the left. Boss T. How fucking wild is that? Anyway. Oh, yeah, look. Jeff, you put this in. Oh, Jeff, that's cool, isn't it? That is a nice picture. Dad's Army? I gotta tell you what, there was the old one, Jeff, is like 64. The old one. The old one is like 64. Jeff, you could... and Compo is... Compo. I gotta tell you what, let's get on. Well, you'll see, right? You'll see that I've asked this question before. Oh, actually, I'm just opening up Grok. That's scary, that. How old was Compo in Last of the Summer Wine Season 1? Right, this'll be wild. Compo. I bet he was about 63. What? In Last of the Summer Wine Season 1, 73, the William Compo, played by Bill, is not explicitly given an age. No, man. How old was he, Burke? Oh, this aligns the actor's age at the time. Bill, 59? Compo was 59? How wild is that? That is absolutely balmy. Right. I'll put the footage on. If I can, like this, right? Does it sound? So, what's happened is there's been another UFO footage leak come out of the military. So this one here, right, is somebody's leaked. This is not the original video. This is somebody filming a screen, like from like the Pentagon or something, right? Some kind of like serious place. And they've leaked it. It's went out to Corbell and George Knapp. And they've done like loads of enhancing on the images. and apparently that's a UFO disc UFO like flying through the sky. Now this is from they call it a platform. Now it's like a really high level like drone, so it's filming downwards on a cloud cover, and this UFO has been spotted like flying through it. And right, I love UFOs. Absolutely love them. I just love the topic. Love it. I've said it like loads of times on here. It's how when I started. My first few months was just UFOs. That's all I talked about, UFOs. Absolutely loved it. But when they keep on releasing like these like images and videos of like military Pentagon-y footage where it's not like high def, it's always like data driven. Like so, these like data footages rather than anything else. I always think, why? Like, why on earth would you do that? Like, why would you release these things? Like, what are you trying to gain from releasing this stuff? I think they're taking the piss, if I'm honest with you. I think when the Pentagon or the military release or leak this type of thing, like, I think they just take the piss out of people. I think it's, like, literally, I mean, like, as in a joke. Not like, oh, misinformation, disinformation, distraction, slow disclosure. I think it's like, I'm not going to tap the piss out of it, like a load of people. Like, it's just a laugh. It's like we would chat about it here. We would put it out there and then people would run off and do it. I honestly think they take the piss. Sam saying me too, Cole. Good all. What about that? Like, it is wild. There's stuff for us to know, right? There's stuff out there. But I just always feel now like all the stuff that's like done like formally is like just like, well, if you wanted any of this to get out, like for any reason, you would just tell us like everything you knew rather than just like leaking like, oh, we don't know what these Tic Tacs are, but here's a video of them anyway. So we've gotten this Tic Tac, we don't know nothing about it. Why would you tell us that? Like, you would keep it as a mega top secret. You totally would. You wouldn't say like, we don't know what it is, because that's like a level of weakness. So it just feels as if I think they take the piss. I honestly think they take the piss. Well, anyway, that's my thoughts. I honestly think they take the piss. Listen, right. So this here, right, is called the USS Nimitz. This is an aircraft carrier, right, which is meant to be getting decommissioned next year. So it's meant to be getting tore apart, destroyed. But they've sent it out to the Middle East. Now that's totally unusual. They never ever do that kind of shit. Because it's old. It's got no purpose. It's time to kind of pull it apart. The thing is, right, with the USS Nimitz in 2002 or 2003, right, the most famous UFO experience that's ever happened, right, ever, is called the Tic Tac. So this is where earlier on I was on about the Pentagon or the military releasing fucking footage. It's fucking bullshit. Well, that started off right a few years back with them releasing this Tic Tac footage, which was they were saying basically there's a UFO in the shape of a Tic Tac. It's insanely powerful. We don't know what it is. Now, why they would tell us that is fucking. I just don't get why they would do it, right? But the pilots who were in fighter jets, right, around that Tic Tac at the time, observed it, captured the data. That's their data that's been released. They have came out as well at Congress to see oh, this is really fucking serious shit. This did actually happen. It all was from this ship, the Nimitz, right? So those pilots who saw the Tic Tac were from the Nimitz, and then Nimitz tracked this UFO, and that information came out in 2023 in a congressional hearing. But now the Nimitz has been sent to the Middle East, even though it's going to be decommissioned. So I think, here we go, here's the kicker, right? Are you ready? I think that the Nimitz holds the UFOs, and they're going to send them over in the Middle East to get them banned. Don't tell anyone. That itself, what I've just said there, right, is probably fucking got me in major trouble. That's probably got me in some fucking major trouble. Because it's like fucking Mulder level like information they've just like threw out, right? This is like proper X-Files level fucking information that I definitely should not be telling you. You can't handle the truth. Do you know that was improvised, Sam? That line, right, from Jack Nicholson to Tom Cruise in what's the movie called? What is the movie called? I can't believe it. I know the line. I even know where it came from. A Few Good Men? Was it A Few Good Men? That was it. A Few Good Men. You can't handle the truth. You know, Jack Nicholson. A Few Good Men. There you go, Sam. Oh, nice one. Thank you. That line was A Few Good Men. Yeah, that's it, Matt. Yep. That line was improvised. He wasn't meant to say that. He just went off it. He just went off it. Which is wild. So, this dude, right? This man was sentenced to life, right, in 1993 for causing a huge mega flood. Now, I'll put details up in a second, right? He opened a jetty, right? No, levee. Now, I don't know what that means. I should Google that actually. He opened a levee. When I think levee, all I know is Mountain Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Right, so levee was dry means that the levee could also be wet. Whatever a levee is, this motherfucker opened one. Now, he had a house. He was having a massive mega party at his house in 1993, and his wife was away. And as part of this, right, his wife was returning, and he did not want his wife to return. He did not want her there. So he opened a levee, and it flooded 15,000 acres in the US. And that, right, put him in jail for life. Stopping his missus come back to his party, he flooded and created what was classed as a natural disaster. To the next couple of slides, right? So, here, a few questions. Here, how good was that party? What was going on in that party? What was happening in a party where flooding 15,000 acres of land is like kind of like this is like a really good idea. Like, we should definitely do this. My missus is coming back now, right? Like, she will stop this shit. But I want to continue this shit. Like, what we're going to do, open the levee. And what have you done? What party craziness have you done where you've either started a party, you've finished off in a party, you've ended a party? What's your party stories? This got him in jail for an entire life. He fucking flooded 15,000 acres. Here it's here. Oh, 14,000 acres, sorry. James Scott, 23-year-old volunteer with a troubled past, was later accused of intentionally sabotaging the levee to keep his wife away and extend his partying. Like, what the absolute fucking wildness is that? Authorities charged him under a Missouri law for purposely causing a catastrophe, relying mostly on circumstantial evidence and a witness who claimed Scott confessed while drinking. I tell you what, drinking was not the problem. It'll be like Bud Light. That dude, right, was sinking Bud Lights one every 20 minutes for 7 hours, right? He was also doing a lot of coke, right? He had a lot of like redneck ladies around, and he was shooting guns in the sky. That is what happened. He was doing one of those. He was having a redneck rampage. That's what that dude must have been doing. Actually, do you know what? Fucking hell, look at his haircut. Look at his haircut. He's got... he was having a proper redneck rave, wasn't he? He must have been having a redneck rave. Missouri. I mean, this could all be... I don't know. I'm from... Yeah, listen, I'm from Sunderland. I don't know fucking nothing. But anywhere. But that dude, with that haircut, says to me, right, he was partying hard. We once stole my friend's flatmate's TV and left it on a roundabout. Where you put that in, Christy? On a roundabout?